Hey everyone, my name is Datta. I'm here with JFrog, and I'm here to talk about something that's pretty much a hot topic now with Go version 1.13, which is Go modules. My team has been working on Go module discovery, and what I really want to encourage you to do as you're watching this presentation is think about the content, and then come find us at the coffee cart, grab coffee with me and the team, and talk to us a little bit more about the discovery process that we're going through. So my role at JFrog is the community-focused product manager. I manage Go Center, which is one of the largest Go module repositories. We've got 385,000 versioned modules and counting right now. You can actually visit gocenter.io on your phone, search for any Go module you like. You're going to see our UI exposes a lot of really cool data around the number of downloads, the number of forks. You can even drill down into the dependency tree and see all the projects that that particular module uses. So Go Center launched in January of this year, 2019. And now that we have all this great information, we're trying to decide, well, what do we do to expose it? We really want to make it easier for developers to find the modules that you're looking for. How do we create better discovery and curation around what's important to the community? And my team basically asked this question at GopherCon, both in the US and UK. We did a number of surveys, and we basically asked, what makes a high-quality module? And the community voted, and some of that information that came back was, I care about the number of downloads of this module. I care about how widely used it is, the dependencies. I care about great documentation, and is this module being actively maintained? So we started with that survey criteria, and then we asked our own Go engineers at JFrog, how do we start building an algorithm that captures this information? So kind of our first attempt at building this algorithm really focuses on downloads and how widely used a module is. But we wanted to be really careful not to ding newer projects. There might be a project, a module that was just uploaded that not a lot of people know about yet, so it's not being downloaded tons, but it could still be very valuable. So what we came up with was two principal sort of groups of criteria. One is quality, and the other is popularity. So right now, for quality, we have started measuring things like, does this module have documentation? Does it have a README file? We're looking at, does it have an open source license? Does it have any contributors past the module author? And is it being actively maintained? Right now, we kind of measure active maintenance by, does it have any pull requests or commits in the last 2 months? But we would love to get your feedback on other ways to measure active development. For popularity, this is a little bit more straightforward. We're looking at number of downloads, number of forks, number of stars, how widely used it is. We've also created weights. So downloads has a lot more weight in our algorithm than forks or stars does. The next question that we are asking now of the community is, once we have built this Go score, is it useful to you at all for us to show kind of an overall score on each Go module? If you go to Go Center and you look for a module and you look at the UI, what we're thinking about is putting an actual holistic score on that page. Maybe this score is a letter grade, like A through F, or maybe it's something more like star ratings. And one thing we've heard from our own team is, hey, if I'm a new module author and my Go score is like a B or C, that looks bad. So we really want to know from you, the community, do you want to see Go modules with this overall score, or do you really just care about the metrics at the end of the day? So to give you some idea of those metrics, we've been able to uncover some really interesting data. We did go and score 50,000 modules, and what we found is 66% of those modules don't meet some of the really basic quality criteria that I listed. A lot of people create projects. They don't necessarily mean for them to be out in public. They may not add an open source license. They may not add much content to the README file. But what's really interesting is the other 34% of projects that are great modules and do meet that quality criteria and are being downloaded. And some of the information that we have been able to uncover is that for any projects that have been downloaded more than 500 times, pretty much all of them are being actively maintained. They've got pull requests and commits in the last 2 months. Other information that's really interesting to look at in terms of our data analysis is, hey, we've got all these projects out there that are being widely used, but they barely have any stars or forks. Maybe we can find some ways to give some of these projects more love from the community. And lastly, we have found a few correlations between different criteria and data points. We've seen that stars and forks are highly correlated, as well as downloads and used by. So what we want to do is actually open up our Go score to the community. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But we want to understand from you, what is some other sort of interesting information that we could use to help with a Go score algorithm for searchability and discovery, right? So we're looking at things like, can we categorize Go modules? Can we somehow measure the code quality? I know there's like a Go report card that does linting. Can we look at test coverage for Go modules? And maybe we can even separate modules into different industries. So if you're, I don't know, looking for modules in automotive, you can search and find other matches that work for the automotive industry. And lastly, we are this month going to be including JFrog's X-ray vulnerability scanning tool in Go Center, and we're going to be able to uncover vulnerabilities in your Go modules. This is really exciting for me because you might build a module that has a number of dependencies, and then one of those dependencies, a new version will be uploaded, and who knows, somebody could have introduced some type of malware in that new version, and you might not know until your project breaks. So with X-ray, we have vulnerability scanning that scans all your modules and your dependencies, and we're thinking about including security information in our Go score. Now, we do have to be a little bit careful about this. Like I said, you, the project author, may not have been the one introducing a vulnerability into one of your dependencies. So if you have a project and suddenly some new version of your dependency is uploaded, should we ding you for that? These are all questions we're asking ourselves. We're looking at sort of time-bound points for vulnerability and security scanning. But I'm excited that we can now do a really good health check of modules on Go Center. So to start wrapping up, I just wanted to talk a little bit about how we want to use this scoring algorithm. So a lot of it, again, has to do with search and discovery. Imagine maybe like a window where you can set criteria, and you can set your own weights, and you can search, and the search results will be based on the match percentage of the criteria you're looking for specifically. Again, our goal is not to use a Go score to rank projects against each other. It's really for search and discovery. And so what we would love from you is to come to our coffee cart. I see all of you have already done so. And grab coffee with us. And come check out the actual algorithm that we're building. It's open source. It's on that URL right there. We also have the QR codes floating around. You can actually download the YAML file. You can make changes to it. You can change the weights. You can make a pull request, and we will basically look at the considerations that you'd like for the Go module score. We have a little flyer here that you can grab and take home so you don't have to remember all the criteria that we put into the score. And again, thank you for letting me come give this lightning talk. Definitely check out Go Center, and if you want to contact us, email us at gocenter@jfrog.com, or me personally, deepd@jfrog.com. All right, thanks.